guest interviews, top 10s, top 20s, album reviews, and more. Now here is your host, Eric.
Yeah, what's up, metalheads? Let's see, when did he pass away? Tuesday, Wednesday, day 3 of No More OZZY. I'm doing this show for you, OZZY. This is my top 10 albums of 1982. We did 1980, we did 1981, now we're on 1982. 1983 is next. I noticed it's kind of like the more I get into the era where I was really into the metal and the harder rock and stuff, and going through the lists of all the albums that were out that year, it's getting harder for me to narrow it down to just 10. So, and only in 10 minutes, because like I said, I'm doing this for TikTok, and I'm also recording it for my YouTube, but TikTok only gives us like 10 minutes. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I got to explore it more. Is there really only 10 minutes to TikTok as far as the maximum video, or is there a way to do? I know you can go live, and I plan on doing some live eventually, but it's gonna, I'll get there at some point. We'll do some live stuff. I just don't know if you can keep the live video up for like replay afterwards on TikTok, because obviously if you go like an hour, I don't think anyone's gonna watch a whole hour show. But yeah. Anyway, let's get into this. 1982 special year. Definitely, I like it better than 1981. There was definitely a lot more better releases out, and like I said, as we get later on, like 83 and 84, that's going to be really hard for me. But 82 is a focus today, and and so there's a lot of good albums out. Obviously, if you know what album of OZZY's came out in 1982, you'll know it's probably going to be most likely on this list. You just don't know where, but I'll let you know soon. And let's get it going, because I'm already almost 2 minutes in. Yeah. Oh, look at my shirt, Bathory. It's Corthon. It's hand painted. Artist is Alan Frost. You can catch him on Instagram. He has his own T Public shirt line. He does like cool, like he got Mayhem. He's got Wasp, Blackie Lawless. He's a really good artist. That's not AI. That's actually real art, real airbrush and all that good shit. The good stuff, the real art, not no AI shit. I don't mind AI art a little, so much as it's AI music I can't stand. All right, so here we go. This is not AI. Metal Massacre at number 10, compilation album from Metal Blade Records. Brian Siegel and all that good stuff, or Siegel, if I say his name right. Look, on this you had debuts pretty much of like Steeler, Cold Day in Hell, Bitch. Remember Betsy Bitch? Look her up on Facebook. She's still doing it, and she still looks really good. I think she's in her 60s, and she's all fucking muscular and shit. Malice, remember Malice is really good. Rat, Tell the World. Then we flip it over. We got Black and Blues on here. Just Seraph Ungol. Come on, who can go wrong with Seraph Ungol? I need to get some of them on vinyl in my collection. Demon Flight. Oh yeah, Malice and Metallica. Hit the lights. That's my number 10. Number 9. Merciful Fate. More Nuns Have More Fun, as they kind of call this. It's pretty much Merciful Fate's sort of EP before Melissa. Honestly, I didn't even know they had this album, or it was even released until a couple years ago when I bought it. I didn't know it existed. I'm obviously a big fan of the King Diamond and the Merciful Fate, but maybe just wasn't fully aware of their full discography, I guess. But when I played, I was like, holy shit, this is a good album, man. Even though it's only 4 songs, but damn, it's really good. And look at that cover. That probably pissed off a lot of hoity-toity Christians back in the day. That was number 9. Number 8, we're going to go with Venom, black metal. Now, they coined the phrase black metal, but, this album, I say Corthon, this is 1982. Corthon was probably just learning how to play guitar and stuff before he put out his music in 84. But, yeah, it's like the Gatefold, just like kind of a reissue. But it's a great album, man, black metal. Welcome to Hell was on my 1981 list, and I knew these guys were going to show up on 1982. But yeah, black metal. They coined the phrase. You could also say they influenced what black metal is today. Them along with Celtic Frost and Bathory, of course. I consider like people say OZZY and Black Sabbath are the godfather, the band of started heavy metal. I believe Corthon is the godfather of black metal, even though these guys were around a little bit before him. Number 7. Let's see, wait. 10, 9, 8. I suck with math, man. Number 7, Kiss, Creatures of the Night. I showed you guys the box set that I had of this not too long ago. You know, it's one of my favorite Kiss albums of all time. You know, I just love this album. It's you know, they're back to being Kiss, but they're heavier, you know, after coming off the Elder and Unmasked and Dynasty. Also got this version with Vinnie Vincent. You know, you can get this as a bootleg. Just go online, you can Google it, and I'm sure you'll find it between $50 or $100. Even though it says Brazil, it's not a live album. It's actually the studio album. I don't know why that's on there, but yeah. So Creatures of the Night, number 7. Number 6, can't go wrong. Under the Blade, Twisted Sister. Remember Dee Snider? They're so heavy on here. They're punk. They're raw. And I'm choking on metal. But yeah, I mean, and if you remember when Dee Snider went to the PMRC hearings, you know, he told Tippa Gore about the song Under the Blade. You know, she was saying it was about sadomasochism, and he was saying, no, it's about my guitar player getting surgery. And it's like, if you're thinking about sadomasochism, then you got a dirty mind. But you know, you totally put her in a spot. Al Gore's probably going like, oh shit. He just fucking clapped back, man. So yeah, Dee Snider, one of the best legends in the world. And I got the opportunity to interview his son, Jesse Blaze Snider, a while back. And then I was going to have him on my show recently, but he had to reschedule. So we're still working on getting him back on the show. But yeah, I had Jesse Blaze Snider. He's also a major talent. Just like his dad, man. He runs in the family. His whole family's talented. Scorpions, Blackout. Yeah. I mean, you can't go wrong with Blackout, man. I think it's my number 5, right? Yeah. God, this is probably I would say, I don't know if it's my all-time favorite Scorpions record. I think it is. I do love It First Sting, but I mean, every song from start to finish, you know, I said that about the last album too, Animal Magnetism, but this one, it's like, there's no one like you. They're filming at Alcatraz, soon to be Trump's Alcatraz. All right. Number 4. And you're probably going to hate me. You're probably going to think that should be higher on the list, but you'll see why. Iron Maiden's Number of the Beast. And someone will say this is probably one of the best metal records ever recorded, if not the best. But yeah, I mean, just had to make my list. Iron Maiden is my all-time favorite band. Like Iron Maiden to me is like the Beatles to like my mom, and Rolling Stones to my mom and shit. But so Iron Maiden is my all-time favorite band. I need to do more videos on them. I don't do enough, I don't think. But yeah, I just love them. I think they're the greatest metal band of all time. You know, along with Judas Priest, of course. But this is like the reissue that comes with the live Hammersmith. I got the original pressing too, but couldn't find it. It's one of my stacks of records. That was my number 3. Yeah. Did I count wrong or something? I don't know. If I did, screw it. These are my top whatever records of 1982. Screaming for Vengeance. That's above. You like that better than Number of the Beast? You know what? It was almost a tie until I played them back to back the other day, and this album just hits from song after song. I just think this is a better album as far as actual metal. You know, I mean, this is like the pinnacle of what a metal record sounds like. This, along with the one that came after, Defenders of the Faith, which I'm sure will end up on my 1984 list. You know, just as a preview. There's a little sneak peek into 1984, but Screaming for Vengeance just cannot go wrong. And it was kind of tied with the one that's coming up as number 1. And that is Speak of the Devil. And it was tied, but the reason why I put Speak of the Devil number 1, I just had to. It's Ozzy Osbourne. Come on, we just lost a legend. And I was just talking about Brad Gillis, how he stepped up his game to bridge that gap between Randy and Jake, and the cool tremolo bar effects he was doing on his guitar. He had to learn the songs really fast. A lot of people complain. This is all Black Sabbath songs, but he actually the full set. He did do Ozzy songs, but they just put this out as a Black Sabbath live album, and it said Ozzy Black Sabbath live album because Live Evil came out at the same time. And that's what I forgot to add. That's where I'm thinking. That's where my list got a little bit off. So this number 1, I don't know where, I can't remember where I put it, but Black Sabbath Live Evil, even though it's a live album, but I did put that in my top 10. So sorry if I screwed up the, the numbers on this, but you get the point, man. So yeah, speak of the devil, can't go. I just love that picture. I remember seeing this as a kid for the first time and thinking, wow, now that's a fucking album cover right there. So yeah, great live album, you know, and I think it's fully live, not maybe a little bit overdubbed. Anyway, I'm running out of time. So I hope you enjoyed my list, even though it was a little bit jumbled. Horns up, peace out. Yeah. Oh, I can't find the stop button.